What is good, my peoples? This is Kobe2408. As always, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share if you enjoy these videos. Make sure you hit the notification button so you know when I upload new videos or when I'm live streaming. But take a look what we got in front of us. URGOT, the Dreadnought. That's my scary voice. Anyways, I'm setting the mood, turned off the lights because they revealed the URGOT rework. For all the people that were waiting and asking, when is it coming out? It actually got revealed today, all his abilities and what he's gonna do, so you can be the judge of if you like it or not. But take a look at his face. I mean, that's a pretty menacing face. He's getting a tattoo because he's a badass. You know, badass people get tattoos. Anyway, and side note, he's got a shotgun for an arm. Like, how can it looks like a Doom? That looks like something from Doom. That is ridiculous looking. I mean, that is just insane. I love it. I love it. But let's take a look at his abilities. So let's not waste time. Okay, let's look at his passive very quickly. Passive, before I get into it, Echoing Flames. Attacking in the direction of one of URGOT's legs causes that leg to combust flames outward, dealing physical damage to enemies in a cone and putting that leg on cooldown. So let's take a look. Probably don't know what that means. When you shoot, flames come out of your legs. Like, what the fuck, right? That is mind-blowing. Let's take a look, though. You shoot and flames are coming out of your legs. You guys see that? So let's take a look one more time. This time, you'll see very quickly. As you can see, as you move in a certain direction and then fire, flames come out of that side of the leg. So now he's facing this way. Here's the leg. It goes up and it fires the flame. So it goes on cooldown. Those two legs are on cooldown. And then he has to move in another direction. Fire in that direction, and then the flames come out of his legs. Now, this is an excellent shot of it, but there it is. And then, obviously, he moves in another direction. He has, what, how many legs? Whoa, 6 legs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 legs. So there's 6 different sides that you can attack from where the flames will come out of the legs. There he goes. Now he turns to the other side, shoots the flames, come out. Flames come out. Wait, he has more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he has 6 legs. Just making sure. Here they show if you're only shooting in one direction, the flame only goes off in that one leg, and it goes on cooldown, and there's not going to be any flames until that leg goes on cooldown. So now he's firing. He's firing. You have to wait for the cooldown. That's my phone. You have to wait for the cooldown, and yeah, the flames don't go off. You have to move in another direction. So you have to be constantly moving with URGOT. Not bad. That is his passive, okay? That is only his passive. That's crazy, huh? I know. Alright, Corrosive Charge. Fires an explosive charge at the target location, dealing physical damage to nearby enemies and slowing them. Enemy champions struck are locked onto. Remember that. That's important. So your Q locks on to, allows you to lock on targets. Okay, remember that. So there it goes. It slows enemies and it puts a lock onto targets. Okay, so it wasn't shown here, but it will be shown on his W. So after you use your Q, you can activate your W and it locks onto people. So W is Purge. URGOT shields himself and rapidly shoots to the nearest enemy, prioritizing enemies that are locked onto, and triggering Echo Flames when possible. Echo Flames again is his passive. The things that shoot out of his legs, the fire that shoots out of his legs. Anyways, while shooting, URGOT walks more slowly and becomes resistant to incoming slows. During this time, URGOT can walk over non-champions and cannot. I didn't read this part. Can walk over non-champions and cannot basic attack normally. Okay. He can walk over non-champions, which he can walk over the minions. That's what they're saying here. Okay, so let's take a look at his W. So again, they were showing the flames were coming out. This target was locked onto, and he was just running. He was just going circle. Obviously, he's moving very slowly and shooting a machine gun. Like, god damn, this URGOT rework is ridiculous. Anyways, let's take a look at what it looks like when you actually lock onto somebody with your Q. So he used his Q. Now he's locked on, and we'll see the little obviously this icon, the lock on icon. Anyways, let me play it. So it's a machine gun. Let me play it one more time. Sorry, let me go back one more. There we go. Hopefully I explained that well enough for you guys. Anyways, here's his E. Disdain. URGOT charges in a direction. He runs into an enemy champion. He'll stop, grabbing and throwing them to the other side of him, damaging and locking onto them. So even using your E will lock onto them. Non-champions trample during URGOT's charge take the same damage and are knocked aside. So let's take a look. Let us take a look. Yeah, but okay. So the minions were knocked aside, like it said, but then it charges and grabs the champion. So let's take a look one more time. Now again, nothing happens to the flames on his legs, and that's really it. It's basically a dash ability. That's all that is, really. Alright, his ultimate. This is my favorite part of URGOT. Yes, I watched the ultimate. I had to look at the ultimate very quickly, but take a look. Fear beyond death. I mean, that is just an absolute ridiculous name for an ultimate, but an appropriate name for an ultimate too, might I say. Anyways, URGOT fires a hex drill beacon that impales the first enemy champion struck, locking onto them, dealing physical damage and slowing them. While impaled, if the target falls below health threshold, URGOT may recast Fear Beyond Death to suppress the target, slowly reeling them in, and when they reach him, executing them. So he reels them in and executes them, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Wait for it. Damn, that's so good. Damn, that's so good. Holy, that is unbelievable. Let's look at it one more time, cause I just can't get enough of this ultimate. So again, if they're not below the certain threshold, that's what they're showing here. So if they're at full health, obviously you can't reel them in and blow them up. But if they are low enough, which shows in the next clip, then you can reel them in. So as you can see, there's an icon marker on Vi that you can actually execute them, and that's what your ultimate becomes. It becomes an execute. So here it is. She's below the threshold in health, but let's take a look at the ulti. This is probably my favorite part of URGOT and his rework. God damn! Boom! Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good. It is so good. So it becomes an execute, like I said. Watch it in slow motion very quickly. Here it is. Obviously, you can pull. Obviously, you have to reactivate your ultimate after you catch somebody with your ultimate. So, caught somebody, and then you can pull them in. Obviously, there's a timer on telling you how long you have to obviously reel them in. If the timer obviously expires, then you can't reel them in anymore. But if the timer doesn't expire, you just press your ultimate again, you reel them in, and this is what happens. And fears everybody around. God damn, I love it. Alright, let's take a look at his... What is this? Playing as URGOT. Let's take a look at that. So, I did look at this. I cheated. I'm sorry. But, let's take a look at this. Let's see how this goes playing as URGOT. Oh no, bye Lee Sin. God damn, there's a lot going on there. So I'm gonna try to break this video down very quickly. As you can see, URGOT is running. Lee Sin is at the health that you can execute him with the ultimate. So it's a skill shot. Obviously your ultimate. Gotta make sure you land your ultimate. There it is. Then he reactivates his ultimate very quickly. Boom! Blows him up. Fears everybody around because that's what your ultimate does after you execute somebody. Fears everybody around. He dashes. Throws him on the ground. You can activate your W now because your dash ability and catching somebody actually allows you to lock onto them. It's very similar to your Q, where your Q, if you shoot it and it explodes on the ground, it locks on. It allows you to lock onto people for your W. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll show it right here, right now. So there he goes. He activates a W, and this person's locked on because he just used his E. You can either use your E to lock onto people, or you can use your Q. So you have two different things. Your Q is your explosive grenade, and then your E is your toss ability. Now this part is showcasing the passive on his legs. So he's just shooting his passive, and obviously you can see he's moving in certain directions so that the flames from his legs shoot out. There he goes. He just tossed him again with his E. He locked on, and he pressed his W. Shot his Q on the ground to slow him. There he goes. Now he's using his legs, his passive. That's it. That's his dash. He just dashed with his E. Obviously, he didn't grab anybody, but you can dash with the E. He used his Q very quickly, and obviously it locked onto him, and so he pressed the W so he can use his machine gun. I forget what it's called. Anyways. So that's what was going on with him. Also, there's some type of shield that was going on. I'm not sure if that's part of the W, but that is URGOT. There's obviously tips and tricks. URGOT's ranged auto attacks and echoing flames give him significant poke against melee top laners, but are on the long cooldown early game without any built-in sustain. That poke is his only way of winning attrition wars. So again, you're gonna use, obviously he has range over the top lane champions that are melee. He's obviously gonna struggle with champions that have longer range because it doesn't seem like it's very far, his range. I think it's like probably like 450 or so, so it's not too far. Again, I'm just guessing, but we'll find out when the rework hits the PvE. URGOT's legs do not rotate when he turns, so you'll have to maneuver around your opponents to make the most of the echoing flames. Disdain helps URGOT take advantage of those trick shot back shotgun legs and make the most of his damage. Okay, while Purge helps him proc his passive multiple times in rapid succession, blah blah blah, positioning. Okay, Fear Beyond Death can be used to initiate for your team, but it's best used to finish off a damaged foe. That's what we saw with Lee Sin, and that's Fear Beyond Death is his ultimate. Again, and that's his execute. That's the thing that shoots out, grabs you, and pulls you in and explodes you. So you can use it to engage, but again, it's best used. Obviously, they say here. And what I would use it for is to execute people. That's the best part, I think. You grab them, you pull them in, you blow them up, and then you fear everybody around. So maybe you could flash, you know, ultimate somebody, and then you flash into a team fight, or you flash into the other team, and you pull them in, blow them up, fear everybody around, something like that. But that's pretty dope. I like URGOT now. He's probably gonna be one of my favorite champions. Look at what he looks like. That guy's a beast. I'm stronger than man, stronger than machine, and I'm an idea. That's his quote. That's pretty dope. Oh shit, this is his like other skin. Whoa. Battle cast. Man, it looks like ass. Whoa, this one looks crazy. Is this the meat grinder one? That one's so dope. And here's his regular one. So it looks like they're all reworking all the skins except for they're only giving him a certain skin. This is kind of, I don't know. That one's kind of weird looking. This one makes him look fat. This is probably his best one. This is insane looking. I'd definitely get this one. But there's his skins. That's URGOT for you. Whoa, do we have some extra stuff? Oh, so he's like the fish thing. The battle cast one. This one is my favorite, the meat grinder thing. I don't even know what it's called, but it is my favorite one. Anyways, that is URGOT in a nutshell. The reveal. Anyways, I'm Kobe24. Thank you for watching. And as always, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. And you guys stay awesome, my friends. And I'm out. Peace.